those same properties have grown more than double in just a few years. And here is what most people are not talking about. The data is showing a shift. That shift, the lowest price suburbs that has seen the massive growth, they are now heading towards a decline. We're expecting heavy price drops in the next 12 months, or at least plateauing of these prices over the next 12 months.
You bought an apartment last year, $550,000. Out of Perth, affordable, entry point into property market. 12 months later, same apartment, now worth $682,000. That's $132,000 gain. 24% increase in 1 year. Sounds amazing, right? Wrong. Because every other apartment also jumped 24%. You haven't gained anything. You're just trapped in a market spiraling out of control. Perth unit prices up 19.3% in 2025 according to PropTrack. Some suburbs hit 51.6%. Jolimont units surged from $620,000 to $940,000 single year. While Premier Roger Cook stands at podiums announcing housing initiatives. Actual buyers getting destroyed. Priced out, outbid, forced further from city centre. First home buyers can't afford anything. Investors paying cash. Properties selling in 9 days median. Some suburbs 3 days. Competition brutal. Only 1,881 homes for sale across entire Perth. Record low. And it's accelerating into 2026. Cook's housing crisis explodes. December 2025. Reiwa released data showing Perth median unit price hit record $590,000, up 18.0% over year. Houses up 12.0% to $840,000. First-time units outperformed houses in years. Shows affordability crisis forcing buyers down market segment. But domain data shows even worse picture. Perth median house price crossed $1,077,762 in December quarter, up 9.9% in single quarter. That's $1 million median. Perth officially joined Australia's $1 Million Club, alongside Sydney and Melbourne. Cities Perth residents used to mock for being unaffordable. PropTrack data confirms carnage. House prices up 16.9% in 2025 to median $1,034,000. Units up stunning 19.3% to median $660,000. KPMG forecasts Perth will lead nation in 2026. House prices expected to surge almost 13%, highest of any capital city. CoreLogic shows Perth median dwelling value rose 10.6% year-on-year in 2025, adding approximately $5,000 per week to median value in November alone. That's $20,000 monthly. Property values rising faster than most people earn in salary. Vacancy rate tells real story. Perth rental vacancy 0.7%, December 2025. Balanced market needs 2.5 to 3.5%. Current rate means for every 100 rentals, less than one available. Competition catastrophic. Tenants offering above asking rent, paying months in advance, lining up to inspect units. The first home buyer locked out forever. Megan is 27. Pharmacist, earns $85,000 annually, been saving since university, has $70,000 deposit. Sounds good. In 2022, could have bought 2-bedroom apartment in Maylands for $450,000. Needed $90,000 deposit for 20%. Almost there. But Megan hesitated. Thought prices would fall. Interest rates rising. Market must cool. Wrong. By 2024, same Maylands apartments hitting $520,000. She needed $104,000 deposit. Still short, kept saving, worked extra shifts, cut expenses, living with parents, watching dreams slip away. January 2026. Same Maylands 2-bedroom apartments now $650,000, up 44% from 2022. Megan needs $130,000 deposit for 20%, or $65,000 for 10% using first home guarantee. Even with scheme, banks assess serviceability. $650,000 loan at 6.8% interest. Monthly repayments $4,400. On $85,000 of salary, take home roughly $5,200 monthly. Repayments would be 84% of income. No bank approves that. Megan completely locked out. Prices rising $100,000 annually. She saves $20,000 yearly, falling $80,000 behind every year. Mathematical impossibility. She'll never catch up unless she leaves Perth or abandons home ownership, becomes lifelong renter on pharmacist's salary. That's Roger Cook's housing success story. 1,881 properties for entire city. Iowa reported Perth property listings fell to record low 1,881 properties, end of December 2025. That's 57.2% lower than December 2024. Entire metropolitan area, population 2.3 million people, less than 2,000 homes for sale. Balanced market needs roughly 12,000 to 13,000 active listings. Perth has 5,000 maximum. That's 40% of equilibrium. Catastrophic supply shortage creates upward price pressure, especially suburbs close to CBD and coastal corridors. Why so low? Iowa. President says sellers creating logjam. People own homes that don't suit them. Too small, too big, wrong location, but afraid to sell. Because if they sell, where do they buy? Only 1,881 options across entire city. Many unsuitable. Can't afford upgrades. Prices risen too much, so they stay put. Hold property doesn't meet needs. Rather than risk being homeless, logjam compounds problem. Less listings, higher prices. More people trapped. Vicious cycle. Iowa says only solution is build more housing. But construction sector struggling. WA Department of Planning shows new dwelling commencements around 16,900 in 2025. Well below pre-COVID average of 25,000. Many projects unfinished or delayed due to builder insolvencies. Meanwhile, population surging. WA has fastest population growth in Australia, 2.4% annually, primarily from net foreign migration into Greater Perth. Over 3 million population milestone crossed. Every new resident needs housing. Where do they go when only 1,881 properties available and 16,900 new homes being built versus 25,000 needed? Suburbs seeing 51.6% gains. Jolimont topped unit market. Median prices surged 51.6% to $940,000. Single year, inner city suburb, close to Perth, CBD, high demand, limited supply. Units that sold for $620,000 in January 2025 selling for $940,000 by December. That's $320,000 gain. Life-changing money. For sellers. For buyers, complete lockout. VVAsh recorded strongest house price growth. Median rose 35.0% to $810,000. Outer suburb, 22 kilometers northeast of Perth, CBD, previously affordable area. Working families, young couples, now median house price $810,000, up from $600,000 year prior, pricing out exact demographic that made suburb attractive. Les Murdy saw December median house price rise 4.3% to $1,085,000. Atterdale, up 3.2% to $1,912,505. Swan View, up 3.2% to $735,000. These are monthly increases, not annual. 3 to 4% monthly means 36 to 48% annually if sustained. Completely unsustainable. Outer suburbs seeing massive growth. Dandenong annual rent increase 16%. Mandurah, Midland Guildford, Balga Mirrabooka, all benefiting from interest rate cuts. Price rises over 15%. Areas that were affordable escapes now expensive too. Only 1,881 listings citywide. Homes selling in median 9 days. Some suburbs like Parkwood recording median selling time just 3 days. Properties listed Friday, sold Monday. No time to inspect properly. No time for building inspections. No time for due diligence. Buyers forced to make $800,000 decisions in 72 hours, or miss out. 5 reasons prices exploded. Reason 1, record low supply, only 1,881 active listings versus 12,000 needed. Supply at 40% of equilibrium. Construction down from 25,000 annual commencements to 16,900. Builder insolvencies. Labor shortages. Material costs. Projects delayed or cancelled. Reason 2, fastest population growth in Australia, 2.4% annually, over 3 million population. Net foreign migration, interstate migration from expensive cities. Everyone needs housing, limited stock, demand overwhelming supply. Reason 3, Perth still comparatively affordable. Sydney median $1.45 million. Melbourne $980,000. Perth $840,000 for houses, seen as bargain. Eastern states investors buying Perth property. Cashed up buyers from Sydney selling $2 million homes, buying 2 $800,000 Perth properties. Cash buyers outbidding local first home buyers on mortgages. Reason 4, Interest rate cuts boosting borrowing power. RBA cut rates 3 times in 2025, from 4.35% to 3.60%. Increased serviceability, more buyers qualified, more competition. Prices surge. Stage 3 tax cuts also boosting borrowing capacity, bringing more buyers to market. Reason 5. Government stamp duty cuts. A government slashed stamp duty. Threshold increased from $450,000 to $500,000 in 2025. Duty on vacant land removed up to $350,000. Rates reduced for land between $350,000 to $450,000. Intended to help buyers. Actually inflated prices. Sellers captured savings through higher prices. What Cook should do. Build social housing. Massively. Remove pressure from private market. Provide affordable options for essential workers. Current social housing percentage too low. Need thousands of new units. Fast-track construction approvals. 3-year approval timelines unacceptable. Cut to 6 months. Remove planning delays. Make WA easiest place to build. Increase construction workforce. Attract skilled tradies. Construction-specific visa pathways. Invest in apprenticeships. Can't build homes without workers. Release more land. Urban infill important, but also need greenfield development. Release land in growth corridors. Services infrastructure. Make development viable. Don't inflate demand further. First home guarantee expands. More buyers qualify. But supply unchanged. Just creates more competition. Higher prices. Help buyers by increasing supply. Not stimulating demand. Invest in transport. Outer suburbs becoming only affordable option. Need transport to jobs. Extend rail. Improve bus services. Make outer suburbs livable, where this boom ends. Best case, construction gradually ramps up. Interest rates stabilize. Supply slowly increases. Prices moderate to 3 to 4% annual growth. Vacancy improves to 2%. Market becomes slightly less insane. Worst case, boom accelerates through 2026 and 2027. KPMG's 13% forecast proves conservative. Actual growth hits 15 to 20%. Median house price hits $1.2 million by end 2027. Apartments $750,000. Entire generation permanently locked out. Essential workers leave Perth. Social crisis. Realistic scenario. Strong growth continues through 2026. Maybe 10 to 13% as KPMG predicts. Median house price hits $950,000 to $1 million. Apartments $650,000 to $700,000. First home buyers increasingly reliant on bank of mum and dad. Wealth inequality widens. Those who bought before 2022 wealthy. Those trying to buy after 2025 locked out forever. Megan the pharmacist gives up on Perth. Moves to regional WA. Geraldton or Bunbury, where $550,000 still buys house, but leaves career. Limited pharmacy jobs in regions, or stays in Perth. Rents forever. Never builds equity, never owns home, on $85,000 salary. That's Roger Cook's vision for WA. The panic Cook won't admit. Perth unit prices up 19.3% in 2025. Houses up 16.9%. Jolimont units surged 51.6% to $940,000. Viviash houses up 35.0% to $810,000. Median house price crossed $1 million. Only 1,881 properties for sale across entire city. Homes selling in 9 days median. Some suburbs 3 days. Reiwa, PropTrack, Domain, CoreLogic, KPMG all confirm the numbers. While Cook announces housing initiatives, actual first home buyers getting destroyed. Megan the pharmacist completely locked out. Saves $70,000. Needs $130,000. Prices rising $100,000 annually. She saves $20,000. Falling $80,000 behind yearly. Mathematical impossibility. Population growing 2.4% annually. Fastest in Australia. Construction down from 25,000 to 16,900 annual commencements. Supply at 40% of equilibrium. Vacancy 0.7%. Needs 2.5 to 3.5%. Competition catastrophic. This is how Premier Roger Cook's policies created Perth's price explosion. When population surges and construction falls, prices explode. When supply hits 40% of equilibrium, buyers have no negotiating power. When apartments gain 24% in single year, first home buyers never catch up. And when pharmacists earning $85,000 can't afford 2-bedroom apartments, system has completely failed. KPMG predicts 13% growth in 2026. More first home buyers will be locked out. more essential workers will leave. Prices will keep soaring. Hit subscribe to see how high they go.